I do. I got you loud and clear. Okay. I do. I got you loud and clear. Okay. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, standing in front of the county courthouse in Moorhead, Kentucky. Hey, Paulina.
Yes, I can. I'm just jumping.
Okay.
You need not apply. This, what we are dealing with here today, and what we're calling upon this day, and other county clerks, and judges, and lesser magistrates, we are asking them to interpose, not just on their behalf to protect them from evil, but we're asking them to interpose to protect the citizens of the United States from evil. And what we think about it, this lawless ruling, this opinion from the Supreme Court, they have decriminalized evil once again. They did it with Roe versus Wade, where we have committing child sacrifice and the shedding of innocent blood, and now it comes to the so-called homosexual marriage, which is an oxymoron. It is lawlessness masquerade under the color of law, and it is no law at all. There is one lawgiver who is able to save and destroy. And I got news for America. It is not the Supreme Court. It is Almighty God. Before whom every evil vow and every
Statement to the media, and it was what she laid out, how she approached marriage licenses if and tries to apply for one trade. She says she will take action against proposed deputies if they decide to issue licenses today. That's what has been happening when she was in jail last week. The judge ordered deputies to issue these marriage licenses to same-sex couples. That's how it has been handled. She says she understands her deputies are in a tough position. She understands if they issue these licenses, but she says these licenses will not have her name, her title, her authority attached to it. She says it will have to be pursuant to a federal appeals court ruling in terms of what they decide. Now, that said, we'll have to wait and see if she's challenged today, if a same-sex couple does come in to try to get one of these, and if they bring one of these out to get one. Just take a listen to what she said today. She got emotional in Marcus media statement.
There is no law that she violated. She simply refused to comply with the lawless edicts of the Supreme Court and Judge
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
They are writing unconstitutional laws, making them up as they go along.
She said she has repeatedly asked the governor or her attorneys have repeatedly asked the governor to issue a special session of the legislature or additional executive order to change how these licenses are issued so that her name or title of office is not an issue of the body, so to speak. The governor has responded saying,
And by we the people, and when we resist them, there is nothing they can do.
Allison, you know, this was a lengthy statement that came from Kim Davis, and you could also tell that this was a statement that had been carefully crafted with the help of her attorneys. I'm not saying that there were not emotional parts of which definitely came straight from the heart. And she said essentially that her faith is in conflict with what she's been ordered to do, and that is that she has been ordered to issue these same-sex marriage licenses, which she does not believe in because of her Christian faith. So, what she says will happen forthwith is that her name and her authority will not be behind any marriage licenses that are issued from this point on. However, this is where she walked that fine line. She said it will be up to the deputy clerks to make their own determination if they will go forward and issue the licenses. So that is within keeping of the framework of what Judge Bunning had ordered last week, and that's what has been happening in her absence. So those deputy clerks could move forward. But the one thing that's interesting is she says that these licenses will now have new language on it, and it will be in essence saying that this issue is pursuant to a federal court ruling. She doesn't seem to have the authority to put new language on a marriage license, so that truly could come up here as making all of this a problem for the judge, and whether or not she is in compliance with what he's ordered. It's going to be a very interesting day, Allison.
Look around and see in the black and the gray and the badges. So many of them think that this decision from the Supreme Court is the law of the land. And they see Timothy Hero, this practicing my religion, homosexuality, adultery, sin according to the Bible. But we've got to uphold the law. How many have heard that? I heard Dave Kelly said Ted Cruz last week, he said in 2 weeks. Press all around the world. I heard Megan Kelly tell Ted Cruz, well, it's the law of the land now.
Hey, Scott, how are you? You see it? Do you? What brings you? What are you shooting for?
Paris yesterday.
Yeah, I was in Paris 10 days ago, and you're right. The similarities are striking.
I was talking to Carolyn, and I said, I think we're in a culture shock. She said, no, they sell croissants at Costco.
Good luck. Good luck finding those.
Where, oh where, in the U.S. Constitution, jurisdiction of state marriage law extends to the federal government. They can amend the Constitution, but it takes 2/3 of the states, not the court. They can amend the Constitution, but you do not amend the
I'm going to go take a look inside.
when the Supreme Court violates the Constitution, it's lawless.
Okay.
Violates the law of the land. The law of the land. It becomes the lawlessness of the land. The second reason lawlessness, not law, is because of Kentucky law. 75% of Kentucky voters voted the Kentucky Constitution to include these words: only a marriage between one man and one woman shall be valid or recognized
maybe they signed something.
Judicial tyranny. We must stop godlike marriage. Judicial tyranny. God give us godly leaders and save our nation. And if our nation will not escape the wrath of God, at least let Kentucky be spared. Let Kentucky be spared as Kentucky leaders, state troopers, sheriffs, and mayors begin to rise up, declare your law and gospel. Once again, in Jesus' name, God's people said.
Well, good morning again, Pete and Karen. That does not sound like that's going to happen. You take a look behind you, you see the crowd of supporters is still gathered here. Her supporters, that's what they're fired up now. She came up, she gave a statement really just moments ago, and essentially what she said was, you know, last week when she was in jail, the judge ordered her deputies to issue marriage licenses. That's how that happens. She says today, now that she's back at work for the first time, she understands that her deputies do issue these marriage licenses and continue to issue them because they know they're faced with going to jail as well if they do not. But she says these licenses will not be authorized licenses. She says they won't have her name or her title or her authority on it, the office's authority on it. She says they will come with the language that will be pursuant to a federal court order. Now, we'll have to see exactly what these licenses look like if a same-sex couple comes in and decides to try and get one today. But I want you to take a listen to what Kim Davis said moments ago.
Sheriffs and police officers to say no to the federal beat. No! What has happened in America? Our states have become mere provinces for the federal government. This is not what our founding fathers
Now, also in
established.
this brief statement, she
They
said that
knew
she
the
and her
nature
attorneys
of
have
man.
repeatedly
They
asked the
knew
government
we were
to
sinful by
step in
nature.
because they
It's
say
power
he has the
corrupt.
power and the authority
Absolute
to
power
change how these
corrupt.
marriage licenses are issued
Absolutely.
so that it is not the same
They
kind
made
of
a
office that has
government
to
with
issue it.
checks and
But the
balances.
governor has said, look, I'm not going to intervene and say call a special session because she said it will cost hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars. So for this law to be changed, the legislature would have to do that on their own during their own regular session. It would not be until January. So of course we are back to where we were a week ago. We'll have to wait and see what happens when the same-sex couple tries to get that license. Exactly what it will look like when they come out and if that will in fact be a legitimate marriage license.
To the land. And we desperately need our governors, our sheriffs, our legislators to understand their duty. They also swore an oath to the Constitution.
Well, the interesting thing is that the governor of the state does not have the power to
our life, our liberty, and our property, and when our government becomes the plunderer of those rights, they need to rise up and stand in the gap and to make up their heads. So I know what we're asking these men to do. And somehow they must find the courage to do it. I want you to know, brothers and sisters,
Okay, so they're aware of the plan as well.
it's just the beginning of prayerfully a gentle revolution. We are going to work
We'll still roll this Assad.
for the next few weeks.
Good morning, Kansas City.
To come up with a national campaign that will rally the lesser
Yes, we are going to roll in Kim Davis Sucks. That is okay with you.
all 50 governors, all 50 state legislators,
Great.
all
And who am I talking to?
sheriffs in counties throughout America. And we want to get this teaching, this message, this doctrine into their hands. Because we're literally asking them to stand between the federal tyranny and our rights and liberties as Americans.
So,
This is crucial, critical to secure our future and hope. Brothers and sisters, we know we have the great Declaration of Independence. And we understand this truth, that our freedom, our liberties, are the gift of Almighty God. They are granted to us by our Creator. And that governments are instituted amongst men to protect those God-given rights. But our founding fathers said, if the government ever comes to the place where they become an enemy to those rights, it is the duty of the consent of the governed to rise up and change that government to protect our future hopes. Amen? We're literally at a time, once again in America, when that may be necessary. And it is so important that it comes through our lesser magistrates. So pray for your governor. Pray for your legislators. Pray for your sheriffs. Pray for chief of police that they will find the courage to begin to rise up and stand in the gap. Amen. God bless you, saints.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
30.
Sir, where you here for? I live up
They have refused to give their marriage license once again. They have refused to give their marriage
Anybody after
license
us?
once again. I'm as proud to be married to my Lord Jesus Christ. I want a marriage license in Jesus Christ. They broke the laws for other people. They were not to break the laws for the Christians. They break the laws for homosexuals. Give them a legal marriage license. They were not break the laws to give me a marriage license to marry my Savior, Jesus Christ. They are liars. Liars to all the homosexuals. They hate the Christians. Glory to God.
Good morning, Lauren. Kim Davis, just moments ago, came out and spoke to the media. This is, of course, a highly anticipated first day back at work for Kim Davis since she was released from jail last week. And essentially, what she came out and told the media and her supporters this morning is that, look, her deputies will still be able to issue these marriage licenses. That's how they've been doing it when Kim Davis was in jail last week. But here's what she said. She said if they decide to issue these marriage licenses, because of course they'll be being faced with possibly going to jail as well if they don't, Kim Davis says if her deputies issue these licenses, they will also be unauthorized licenses, and they won't have Kim Davis' name or her title or the authority of her office on it. She says they will be pursuant to a federal court order. So what remains to be seen is exactly what these licenses will look like. If they will in fact be different than they were last week when her deputies were issuing them. But in this brief statement, just a few minutes long, Kim Davis got kind of emotional at one point.
One way ticket, baby.
It's really good. That's like even over.
Angela Lansbury. did. She's not going to give up licenses. And those licenses are not going to have her name on them. She's left it up to her deputies to sort of make up their own mind. She's not going to interfere with them, she said. But she also implied that these licenses would have some sort of specific language. Something being issued pursuant to a federal order. And I'm not sure she has the authority to craft the language to go on it. So, hi, Melody. Always love to do it. Microphone check 1 2 3 4 5. Standing by for Morning Express. Yes. Roger. It seems that her deputies can go forward and issue them if they want, but apparently the onus or the obligation or whatever is going to be on them, according to Kim Davis. She has nothing to do with it, she says. Her name will not be on the license. Her authority will not be behind that license. And in fact, she also indicated that the license could have some new language that she's inserting into it, something to the effect of that it's being issued pursuant to a federal court order. I don't know if she has the authority to insert that kind of language, but clearly she says she wants no part of this. Her deputy clerk's good. I just was in there. Brian, who is one of those deputy clerks, all the cameras were just focused on him from every network, even from every local station here. You could see the pressure that's being put upon this young man as he sits there. And I don't know if he's waiting or worrying that someone is going to come up and ask for a marriage license. I am pretty certain somebody will. This is going to be a challenge that is going to be taking place in just a short while here. So it is quite a dramatic scene playing out on the outside. These are all supporters of Ms. Davis, and then on the inside, waiting to see what's going to happen. Exactly. And so that could give you an indication of where this is headed. Brian apparently had no problem issuing these licenses while she was being held in jail on contempt of court. So unless he's had a change of heart, you would anticipate that this license is going to be issued. But Kim Davis is going to say that that license isn't valid. It doesn't have her authority behind it here. So, you're really wondering, is she able to walk this fine line between what the judge has ordered her to do, or will the judge still perceive she's not doing the job she's supposed to do, and thereby she's once again in contempt? We're going to have to wait to see how this plays out today, Robin.
Tells us in Psalm 106, when a nation called abortion.
No, I mean, the way these certificates work, if you look at them inside the office there from this Rowan County, it's not like they're pre-printed with her name on them. She signs them whenever a person comes in and asks for a marriage license. It isn't like the demand is so great that they can't keep up with it. So up to this point, the way it worked is somebody comes in, asks for the license, deputy clerk signs, and then Kim Davis would sign her name. She's not signing now, so her name isn't on there, and the licenses have still been going out. So this could be the kind of loophole for both sides. But she still says her conscience is her guide, her faith is what dominates. She does not agree with same-sex marriage licenses. Robin. Yep. Yes, you do indeed. You're welcome.
This is where we are at, brothers and sisters. But also in Psalm 103, there is some hope. How many know with the Lord there's always hope? Because He is the only hope we have and the only hope we need. That when
And Mason.
So, brothers and sisters, while we are gathered
How are you?
today,
Nisha?
though we're here for one reason,
How do you do?
Hi, Martin.
we're not just here to support Kim in her trial, in her hour of tribulation, so to speak. We are here to stand in the gap and make up the hedge on the behalf of a nation that has been led astray. There is a spirit of delusion that has cast a spell over the United States of America. We are living in a time when our nation is called good evil and evil good, and we're codifying this evil into law.
Yeah.
And this is where our
Since
law
she started actually walking there's like a flower shop.
we are going to hold
Yeah.
child testimony and the shedding of innocent blood, but we are going to hold and defend that which God calls abomination, homosexual sodomy,
don't learn from history, you retreat.
It's,
I think it's interesting too that they stand up there and they say that we're violating their, we're attacking their religion, but we've not said anything, and they'll stand here and they'll call me
So
names.
brothers and sisters around
We had two girls from the protection and pregnancy.
we're going to have time to pray and intercede. Amen.
Just to bring their coworkers. They were this so bad.
Hallelujah.
Horrifying.
Well, thank you for coming,
Names.
brothers and sisters.
No, this is like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So when this group started coming in, because these are full-time locals. So, yes. Well, it's Shannon and Carmen. Shannon was raised here. Her family still resides here. They've since moved to Lexington with their 2 sons. But they want to get married here. Her family is
Who's got that?
It's a
Where?
fuzzy duck.
Was it?
Yeah.
Walking distance?
Straight down now, right on. We did walk, we had our rally on our first official Pride Parade. We walked all the way down and back. And then there's a few other like neighboring places down that same direction. Fuzzy duck also serves food. So you get sandwiches and stuff like that. It's nice to get some family and Thank you. Hopefully it warms up.
It will. It will. Yeah. 907, I saw the
Sense in some way, the Supreme Court lawlessness
They
And
would have
Jeff-
had
and
no
Jeff,
contact with her, her
shouldn't there
husband,
have-
anything.
Shouldn't her behavior have drawn suspicion? I mean, she
Good morning. I'm here before you this morning as I return to work to say that I love my Lord Jesus, I love all people, and I love my job. I want to continue to serve all three as I have tried to do until now. Since January of this year, I have been asking Governor Beshear, the Kentucky legislature, and more recently Judge Bunning for one simple thing, an accommodation for my religious beliefs regarding marriage that would allow me to serve the citizens of Round County without violating my conscience. My name or official title on the marriage certificate points to the same person, me, Kim Davis. To affix my name or authoritative title on a certificate that authorizes marriage that conflicts with God's definition of marriage as a union between one man and one woman violates my deeply held religious convictions and conscience. For me, this would be an act of disobedience to my God. While there are many accommodations available, a very simple accommodation I have proposed is to remove my name and my title as the clerk of Round County, completely off the marriage license. These licenses could be issued under another authority, including perhaps the Commonwealth of Kentucky or Governor Beshear himself. If these needed to be recorded in the clerk's office, like a vehicle registration, a lien, or a judgment, that could be done. That doesn't raise a conflict of conscience because then we as clerks are not the authorizer of the license. Because my pleas for a modest accommodation have been refused or not acted upon, I have been required to do that which my conscience forbids. As a result, I have spent 6 days in jail because I could not abandon my faith. I thank the Lord that Judge Bunning released me from jail last Tuesday. But today, as I return to work, my simple request for an accommodation has gone unheard. Whether I personally issue the license or whether one of my deputies issues it, the result is the same. The license is issued under the authority of Kim Davis, County Clerk of Round County. Besides my conscience, there is a real need for the legislature to address Kentucky's marriage laws. The President of the Senate stated himself and told the courts that the marriage laws are shredded. The statute forbids issuance of a marriage license to someone not expressly authorized by statute to receive one. Even if a court strikes down a law, it cannot create a new statute. That must be done by the legislature. To issue a license to a person that is not authorized to receive it under the statute is a direct violation of law. This too needs to be addressed by the legislature. And so I'm here before you this morning with a seemingly impossible choice that I do not wish on any of my fellow Americans, my conscience or my freedom. My conscience or my ability to serve the people that I love, obey God, or a directive that forces me to disobey God even when there are reasonable accommodations available. I have thought and prayed very hard about what to do. The decisions I have made in this case and the decisions I will continue to make in this case are mine and mine alone. I don't want to have this conflict. I don't want to be in the spotlight, and I certainly don't want to be a whipping post. I am no hero. I'm just a person who's been transformed by the grace of God and who wants to work, be with my family. I just want to serve my neighbors quietly without violating my conscience. And so this morning, I am forced to fashion a remedy that reconciles my conscience with Judge Bunning's orders, effective immediately, and until an accommodation is provided by those with the authority to provide it, Any marriage license issued by my office will not be issued or authorized by me. I want the whole world to know, be no mistake about it, that if my deputy clerks who do not have my authorization or the authority, they don't have my authority to issue any license whatsoever. I love my deputy clerks, and I hate that they have been caught in the middle. If any of them feels that they must issue an unauthorized license to avoid being thrown in jail, I understand their tough choice, and I will take no action against them. However, any unauthorized license that they issue will not have my name, my title, or my authority on it. Instead, the license will state that they are issued pursuant to a federal court order. Judge Bunning indicated last week that he was willing to accept altered marriage license, even though he was not certain of their validity. I, too, have grave doubts whether the license issued under these conditions are even valid. This is why, once again, I urge Governor Beshear, the legislature, and the court to intervene. They have the authorization and the authority to provide these types of accommodations, and there's no reason why they cannot do so. Are we not a big enough, a loving enough, and a tolerant enough state to find a way to accommodate my deeply held religious convictions? While my case may be the most visible right now, there are millions of other people out there in the private and the public sector who face and are in the same position, and they also need reasonable accommodations. I urge everyone to remain civil and peaceful. I pray that our dialogue remains civil and respectful, because I love the Lord and I love all people. I harbor no ill will to anyone. I hate no one, because I have been transformed by the love and forgiveness of my Lord Jesus Christ. I love every person. I love you all because he first loved me. Today, I put my faith and my trust in God and God alone. Thank you.
Yeah.